last episode was a complete emotional roller coaster. Honestly, like it was so mentally draining. Like you wouldn't think playing a game like this is like physically and mentally tires you out, but just the things that happened. We massively dropped rep again. We massively lost money. We had people having issues. We've lost a staff member. And nearly every mission we went on was like really important that we had to get done. But somehow we've managed it. We managed to do it. I think I played my cards right. I signed a few bills to get my reputation back up, and I think we're in a good position here. But we're not all through the woods yet. I had to lose my main assassin because he was asking for 9 million a month. That's not going to happen. But I did learn that if you agree to someone's raise and then use them in the following month, then fire them before the month's end, it doesn't look as if you have to. It doesn't look as if you have to cover their month's wages, which is awesome. So we need to do Vindicate the elections. We have to do this now, and I'm pretty sure when we looked at this last time, it's about voting machines and stuff. We need a hacker, which we do have. We can use a mirror. Oh, tech savvy type to check the accuracy of what the voter is saying. Actually, that's going to be Ollie. I'm going to have to spend the money to get Ollie down because he's the data-driven report. That's going to be good for him. What can she do? Hacking, surveillance, writing software, hacking. I think it's going to be Ollie. We need a media expert. Now, we don't have a media expert, but I can get one. Sue them. We need a lawyer, so we can use Debbie. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. Applications. Johanna. She's a journalist. That's media. Hire her. My reputation is a number. And the funny thing is, she tried to blackmail me. Remember, for 10 million, but since we didn't, we can now get her as a party member. We can work together for the right price. I'm delighted that you appreciate my skills, Mr. President. I assure that they'll come in handy. Come on then. Hopefully she didn't try to sabotage me. Thank goodness this trans-species stick went out of the style soon enough, Mr. President. By the way, we had to lay the werewolf off as the guy kept blowing off work on days on the full moon. Yeah, there was no way I was saying that bullshit. Oh, for fuck's sake. A president report came in this morning that Jorge Alegre, the last dictator of Portugal, had succumbed to illness. Some goody two-shoes from Just DC pulled no punches and called you a heartless creature, stressing that Italian law hardly is the best legal platform for making the world a less evil place. Mate, if I've got sanctions on no one coming to the country from there, then I'll uphold those things. You know what I mean? Simple as that. So what are we doing again? Right, we've hired her. Now, out of curiosity, what can she offer me? She's exactly the same as Clint. She's not great, to be honest. Yeah, so next month I will swap out Clint back for Sophie so we can get a 15% reduction in wages. I just used him to sign the bills. Right. Okay, we've got everyone we need. We need to put Ollie on vacation. Oh, it's backed out to 3. Huh? Oh, it's because we put Sophie. Oh, that's right. We put Sophie in the head, so now favours cost 30% less. Excellent. Excellent. Right, Vindicate the elections. Let's do it. Ollie, Debbie, and the media. Johanna. Bang, bang, bang. Done. I do want to make men healthier because that's going to get us another bill to possibly get some positive rep. However, what do we need for this? We need a lawyer and a strong man. We can do that next month because I want to put Clint on a vacation. That'll be the last month we can do that. Catch the spy. Right, this is going to be important. I'm going to need your help again, sir. We suspect that the Austrian ambassador is actually a spy. Why is he Santa Claus? According to our intel, he's been passing information along to the Austrian spy network through a personal laptop he keeps in a safe in his office. We don't have any proof yet, so we don't stand a chance of getting a search warrant, but I've got an idea for a way to get the goods on him without kicking up too much dust, and you'll get all the glory. The ambassador has a kid, an adorable curly-haired little tyke named Franz. The ambassador has admitted in a number of interviews that the kid is very naive, loves fairy tales, and has eagerly adopted American traditions. Stockings over the chimney, Christmas presents, Santa Claus. We're not sending someone in as Santa Claus, are we? The whole bit. He's also gushed about how Franz likes to play in his office while he's working. I bet the kid has watched his dad open that safe plenty of times and knows which button he presses. We need someone dependable who can dress up as Santa Claus on Christmas Eve, sneak into Ambassador's cottage through the chimney, and ask the kid to bring him his dad's laptop. Needless to say, the guy's got to have the right physique to do the job. Do you have anyone like that? Got to be Hussein. He's good at robbery. Hussein. Gotta be. Get it done, mate. This guy's gonna look like Santa. Hey, man, that's fucking brilliant. Do it. Catch the spy. Right. Hand and heart. My friend, you know I've been looking for someone to spend the rest of my life with in love and harmony, just like you and Ellie. I've searched both courts for my betrothed. I've searched the chastity halls of the White House and debauched a lot of country mansions. I've sniffed up every cocaine party and led the prayers of the church parish, but I've never been able to find anybody, and I was suffering, buddy. Then the universe finally felt sorry for me, and I met my beloved Ida. Such a perfect relationship like this can happen only once in a lifetime. I knew we had to get married right away, my friend. It has to be the most unforgettable proposal a vice president has ever made. The trouble is, I have plenty of emotion but no ideas. Can you help me? You're a man of experience. You've talked more women into marrying you on more than one occasion. My Ida loves everything that's loud and crazy. She's like a hurricane. If my proposal doesn't take her breath away, I've got no chance. Can you figure out how to help win my Peach's heart? I'm thinking Sophie. Alta and Sophie, maybe. But I'm going to wait till next episode because I don't want to spend money on reducing these. So I will need Clint's going into rest, Sophie can rest, and Alta can rest. The only issue is Sophie's probably going to go on a binge next month, so we'll have to get to it fast. Make men healthier. Yeah. Right, let's leave these for now. We can do these next month. Cyberpolitics 2024. Mr. President, it's an honour to host you in Japan. Forgive the journalists for their over-ambition. It's been a long time since we've had such distinguished guests. I hope it's not impolite to ask how you are doing, Mr. President. I'm doing fine, thank you. I draw inspiration from your manner in which you stubbornly get back up every time it looks like you've been beaten for good. To be honest, I'm slightly impressed by the robotics initiatives being implemented in your country. I can already see what results they bring. Even we, the Japanese, have something to learn from this, although we have been at the forefront of the robotics industry for many years. Now then, let me get to the point. Our countries have long cooperated in the development of artificial intelligence technology. Groups of our scientists are at work right now in Harvard, Stanford, and Michigan. Joule created the police robot known as Iona, based on technology developed by our own corporation, Akik AI. And now it's time to take the next step. You have my attention. Inspired by your example, I have always wanted to create something grandiose in my first term, to fix something, the imperfect government machine. And what is the most imperfect thing about the system? The human being, of course. I don't think it is. Billions of yen in taxes go to useless bureaucrats, slackers, time wasters, and deadbeats. We desire to minimise the budgetary cost of human error. That's how Project June came about. It's an artificial intelligence program which will allow entire government agencies to perform their duties with a third of their staff. And that's not going to work because at the end of the day, AI is programmed, isn't it? You can't get away from the fact that artificial intelligence is artificial. It's not real intelligence, and somebody has to program this, so there's always going to be a human at the back, which could possibly make an error. It analyses pollution levels to call the cleaning service, keeps appointment records, arranges business trips, and even plans employee birthday parties. It looks for dates for singles. It looks for dates for singles, advises the physically compromised on exercise and diet, and automatically sends tired workers on vacation. What's the problem? Ah yes, now we get to the heart of the matter. We've already begun testing the program in one government department, and the results are truly remarkable. Or rather, they have been very impressive until recently, but for the past few months we have been unable to determine why all participants in the study are depressed or suffering from insomnia. One even tried to jump off a roof. Is that not just because the Japanese work their fucking workers to the bone? Like the fucking suicide capital of the world, innit? Their health, work balance, and financial satisfaction scores are all fine. Our best experts are either shaking their heads or proposing theories about spirits like you'd expect to find in second-rate manga. Please, we need an outside perspective. Send in your best experts and we'll share our details about the June project. And what are these theories, may I ask? Alien parasites, soul-sucking magic ghost. Honestly, that's just a guess. Such nonsense isn't worth remembering. Our human memory is already so limited. Alright, I'll help you. Interrogate the officials. Laura Lawrence, chairman of the Texas Mother Society. Mr. President, every Christmas season I help kids in psychological counseling centers. Here's a story I heard disgustingly often. An enthusiastic child climbs on the lap of a mall Santa to share their cherished dreams only to feel something hard with their bottom. What the fuck? No way. These devils in disguise molest our children in broad daylight to satisfy their predatory instincts. All candidates to play Santa should be subject to mandatory testing for paedophilic tendencies. Well, I think that would be wise. It's a safeguarding issue, so yes. Wolfgang Stoffels. Sir, there's been an explosion at the Christmas fair in Chicago. Just like Lucius Ashes predicted in his book released before the last holiday season, the IED planted inside the Santa statue by a main entrance went off right at noon, injuring many and destroying hundreds of Christmas trees. Coincidence? I think not. Let's get real. It's time to bust this Ashes guy and beat the confession out of him before the bastard comes up with another prophetic horror. Shall we bag the creep? Yes. I want to know what's cracking with that. Owen Swarovski, Councillor of Religious Minorities. Mr. President, scientists just can't stop committing sacrilege. A research paper has been announced while some egghead calls the Star of Bethlehem nothing more than an astronomical phenomenon. A triple superposition of planets occurring when Jupiter and Saturn are conjunct in Pisces. This is gravely offensive to the children of the Star of Bethlehem church members. Mr. President, maybe you can enforce a ban on scientists taking their findings up as debunking Christian miracles. I would pray for God to grant your soul eternal peace if you did. Mate, if you know it's true, then what's the fucking issue? No man, you fucking moron. Not happening. Robert Greedy. Mr. President, several cases of anthrax have been registered in northern Alaska. Thorn permafrost is the cause, and remains of infected animals are emerging from the once frozen earth. With global warming upon us, Alaska could become an epicenter of deadly infections. I think we should allocate budget funds to the establishment of an epidemic centre in Alaska to keep pestilence at bay. Yes, that's a good idea. Just in case. Okay, so that's that month over with, isn't it? Do these next month. Okay, so, services. You need to go on a rest. You need to go on a rest. Don't you dare go on a binge next month or I'll fucking chop your hands off. And... did I need a mirror for anything? Oh shit, interrogate officials. We need passports for this. For one person. Mr. President, as I mentioned earlier, my scientists have been testing a program called June. Yes. Yes, we know that. Something went wrong. Our employees suddenly became depressed. So, I think a visit from an American delegation acquainted with Japanese traditions could liven them up. Or maybe even loosen a few tongues. Could you please send us a properly trained person to interview the members of the committee? If it's not too much trouble. American delegation. Lads, I think I've just realised something. I've just realised something that I've never realised before. Do you know when you put someone in... You know, when you put someone in these positions, I think they get extra benefits. Look. What the fuck happened here? We introduced mandatory testing for paedophilic tendencies in small candidates. 2.7%. We also had to enlist the help of lawyers to settle the paedophiles the test identified, as all of them had lost their jobs, and many even find themselves nearly single. Still, I'm proud that we decided to be proactive. Well, I don't understand why it's a problem. Fucking hell, look at all this! Thank you for allocating budget funds. We were able to stand up any kind of by-hat. Too bad the journalists prefer yammering about how we aren't ready for the... Oh my god. So the police apprehended Luke Asher and interrogated him about the terrorist attack in Chicago, but as soon as they brought him to detention, his lawyer arrived. Things are only getting worse. This ties the guy to at least 2 of the 3 tragedies that mimic the writer's stories. The cops are still figuring out how the suspect could have been involved in the plane crash. But the writer is not a culprit. 86%. That's fine, I'm still high enough. I've got lost. Oh yeah, I lost track. So look. Public darling, pulls words off your tongue before you even enter your mind. Famous among other specialists for writing patriotic speech without mentioning America once. It was popular even in live streams featuring cooking and knitting. When Clint lifts his hand, prosecutor stammer. Bailiff's law. Math whiz. See, they get extra bonuses. I didn't know this. From the year she partner pilgrimage to India, she can easily get into closed parties and can get to talk to practically anyone. Could we send Sophie on this? She's not really an interrogator, is she? I think alter. I think so. She's public relations, so she must know other things. Right, we're going to do that. Let's get her a passport. It's only available for 2 months, that's fine. And we are going to make her rest. Rest. Should I rest Sophie? I don't think we need her for anything, do we? I'm not resting Sophie. I'm going to rest Amira instead. Although she'll be down to 1 star. Yeah, we'll rest Sophie just in case. She's probably going to go on a binge. Let's rest Amira, because if we've got robotics things to think, we're probably going to need another hacker. Right, there we go. Next month. Let's do it. Do I need to do anything this month? Let's just check so I don't make any mistakes. We've made all promises. Everything's good. Oh, we've got that new item. What does that item even give us? I forgot about this. Locker room chatter. 2.5 mil. And that's all it's good for. I'm keeping these in the bag in case I need it as an emergency. We're going to be above 90% when we move on to the next month. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. Monthly amount to pay. Just under 2 mil. Oh shit, was that December? Oh shit. Pay that. This is the Christmas bonus. 4 million. I'll have 3 million at the end of the turn. Fuck it, just pay it. I don't want anybody whinging. I can get money back if I want. I can sell a few things, so that's not to worry about. Okay. And we're at just under 90%. End of December. Continue. And we're at 3 million. Our funds have took such a massive hit recently, it's crazy. December. I need to remember the date for when we need to do... Oh, we've got dividends coming in 6. Okay, that's not too bad. Right. Lao Guan, Mr. President, what a trio you put together. Your hacker used machine learning to analyze the last 5 years' data and didn't find any errors. The attorney was able to use this in their preliminary system testing results to prove that everything was in order. All the reporter had to do was put this all together into a shattering investigative article. We certainly showed all the doubters. Cash the spy. Did he do it? Sir, the Austrian ambassador's son had a real Christmas miracle. The kid got up in the middle of the night to see Santa come down the chimney, and he got his wish. Saint Nick had a big pack over his shoulder, and he promised the kid that he was very good and brought him his dad's laptop. He'd get lots of presents. The kid did as he was told. The dad always taught him to listen to grown-ups after all. Well, Santa was as good as his word. After he got the laptop, he gave the kid a full bag of toys and walked right out the front door. The laptop contained documents that compromise our organisation. We don't know where the ambassador got them, but we're going to find out. We're working on it right now, but in the meantime, all the press needs to know is that we could never have pulled this off without your involvement. And as far as we can tell, the ambassador suspects you were involved in this. He didn't tell the press anything specific, but he did hint that he's got a lot of enemies in the US government. They promised to start their own investigation. I'd say that means they're going to start undermining you. Well, fuck them. Ooh, I've just made it. Lads, I haven't actually got to worry about this. I've got 6 months left. I thought this was coming up a lot closer. End of June 2024. Fine. Oh yeah, 6 months. We just made it there. All promises are fulfilled. Oh my god. Shit, you can go above 100% rating. Oh, I didn't know this. If I'd have known you could have went over 100% rate, I would have signed them bills to boost me up. It's a piece of piss. In the press, they call the president a political giant and the father of the nation, but for how long? Several states have announced upcoming referenda on Amendment 28. The vote has already taken place in New York, where the president's support is particularly high. His home state was the first to ratify the amendment, 85% in favour. After the arrest of Brexit Defence Minister Hanna Dzevska, who was accused of collusion with the Russian President Timur Petlev in high treason, the situation in the country is heating up. The EU has stated that the international strife was whipped up by Russian propaganda. What is the president's response to the new threat? Estaba. Buddy, Mr. President, I'm publicly supporting you. All accusations against you are nonsense. Mila's death. Oh shit, that's my This is because I didn't offer to buy her a new car. But I'm glad Mila's dead because she's a stupid bitch anyway. Darling, oh honey, have you seen the news? Poor Mila. Her car went off into a ditch at high speed. The brakes were cut. Oh shit, it was him. Honey, the cops are saying it was Creepy Pie that killed her. I just thank the gods that Adam was in the babysit and didn't get hurt. That's great news, actually. Everything's worked out fine. We've let Creepy Pie out. He's managed to kill her, who we didn't want her in our life because she's a bitch. Man, this is great. That's awful, honey. Creepy Pie deserves the electric chair. And he's going to get it, honey, as soon as he gets caught. It's killing me. Our son is out there all alone, scared and confused. We only got into this shit for our shared future together, but how will Adam ever forgive us for leaving him like this? He'll never know, man. He's only a kid, man. Maybe it's time to finally reunite the family. You want to adopt Adam? Yes, honey, yes. I really do want to. It's a perfect time to do it. Just listen to me. I talked to all the right people. Everything can be arranged quickly. It will be an expedited procedure. I still don't understand this. Like, I don't understand this storyline. It's not explained very well. Who the fuck is this guy? Who's Adam? Is he actually our child? Let's just say we cleared custody evaluation a long time ago. Adam won't have to stay with social services for long. I've already made up my mind. Our son will be with us. I can't make any more sacrifices. Don't ask me to do it. I've given up too much as it is. Alright, it's what I wanted myself. Thank you, darling. Now please excuse me. I'm going to run and share the joy with everyone. Honey, I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to seem too cynical. I'm sorry about Mila. She did a lot for us, but lately her appetites have been growing too fast. Good. But imagine, when we adopt Adam, we're adopting a victim of the private prison system. The soulless bastards who couldn't keep a dangerous serial maniac at bay. The people will love it, and our war against Wister will reach a new height. Don't say anything, darling. I'll inform the press corps and arrange for you to give a speech. You might already be the father of the entire nation, but now get ready to be the father of an adorable little boy. Creepy Pie has once again quenched the thirst for blood on America's roadways. His new victim, Mila Gregish, single mother with a baby son. The police are asking women across the state to stay off the roads until the perpetrator has been caught. Adoption. Here we go. Honey, this is our finest hour. You, me, your baby, and the whole country looking at us with admiration. People need beautiful and inspiring stories now more than ever, don't they? So go and make your people happy, dear Mr. President. Right, come on then. Speech time. Speech time! Right. To America today, I address you in a new role, the role of father. People of America, I stand before you today with great joy, but also deep sorrow in my heart. America today, I address you as a new role, the role of father. And like any father, I want my son to grow up in a country that feels safe. It's so unfortunate that my fatherhood begins with such a terrible tragedy. Yeah, that's right. We've taken into our family a child whose mother was torn away from her son by the corrupt private prison system. Yes. We've taken into our family a child whose mother fell to prey to a monster on the roadways. We've taken into our family a child whose mother was a victim of greedy I'm going to do this one. By the corrupt private prison system. The flimsy fences of private prison fail to protect America from a dangerous murderer, the maniac serial killer. Apparently the walls of private prisons are as rotten as their whole system. They can't even contain a serial killer. Yes. The private prisons are simply not secure enough. Apparently the walls of private prisons are as rotten as their whole system. They can't even contain a serial killer. And my job as president and father is to protect my children. We must do everything in our power to prevent them from happening again. Yeah, and my job as president and father is to protect my children. I promise to my son. Not one more mountain child will lose his mother to the greed of the private prison system. No one more dangerous criminal will walk free because of the greed of the private prison system. Not one more penny of your taxes will go into the pockets of the owners of the... I want to do this one. Not one more dangerous criminal will walk free because of the greed of the private prison system. Thank you for everything. Your support gives me strength. Together we will rid this country of its prison infestation. To a better future for our children. Bang. That's a great finisher. Talk to you later, America. Remember my words. God bless this baby. Talk to you later, America. Thank you for all your support. We have decided to adopt Adam Gergich. The private prison owners, in a greedy attempt to save every penny on security that they could, has deprived this poor child of a mother, a home and a future. And who if not us can fix this? I promise you, my husband is serious, but that's all for today. It's time we brought our son back to his new home. The cameras are tiring him out. Did it go down well? The president seems very enthusiastic about this new role as father. Undoubtedly, he and the First Lady are showing a lot of courage, and they sure look wonderful. But this threat of private prison is really so great? So far it remains an open question. So we didn't get anything. Well, it was neutral. Buddy, do you see the tears in my eyes? It's because I'm so happy for you and Ellie. There's just no words. I hope me and Peaches have the joys of parenthood to look forward to. Oh yeah, and tell Adam that Uncle Tony is getting him the coolest present ever. I don't doubt that. My friend, here comes a moment of truth. The establishment will come crashing down at any moment, but when they do, it will be on you. So don't think that just because you reach 90% that you can take the speech lightly. Show all of America one more time that you're the one that's on their side. Don't be afraid of making promises. I know everything you say comes from the heart. Fuck, we've got to make more promises. My fellow citizens. My fellow citizens. A great time is dawning upon our country. The crucial day of my presidency are upon us. A great time is dawning upon our country. Has it been 3 years already? 3 years have passed in the blink of an eye. Has it been 3 years already? because that's a nice positive thing. We flipped the playing field and made ourselves a force to be reckoned with. We've dealt a decisive blow to the establishment. We've already done more than the other presidents accomplished in 2 terms. Yeah, we've dealt a decisive blow to the establishment. Nah, we flipped the playing field and made ourselves a force to be reckoned with. All the branches of government are now under our control. Even the corrupt journalists have to reckon with us. We've dealt a decisive blow to the establishment. They can no longer ignore ordinary Americans. The bureaucrats are fleeing like rats from a sinking ship. Under my command, we've established true meritocracy. Nah, they can no longer ignore ordinary Americans. Great things await in 2024. We've already done more. I'm going to say it. Let's get my fucking achievements out there. I shudder to imagine what we might achieve now. And I assure you, this is all just the beginning. Great things await in 2024. It will be the greatest year in US history. The coming months will go down in nation's history. Every private prison on US soil will be closed. Oh, that's a promise. I'm placing my administration under the control of artificial intelligence. I will be re-elected to a second term as president no matter what happens. I'm only going to make this promise. Every prison on US soil will be closed. Private prison. Bang! This is a fucking important one. The private prison system is a mockery to common sense and basic decency. Now, that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to place my administration under the control of artificial intelligence because I don't agree with that. I'll be re-elected on a second term as president no matter what happens. I don't want to promise that because... Then again, lads... Let's think about this. We don't want to get elected for a second term, do we? We need to find a way of dropping support. Fuck. Lads, I don't know. Because if we need to drop our... I think we have to drop our approval rating after we pass the amendment. But when is that? Well, I'm not going to make any more promises. There's my... Oh, it could be fun. I place my administration under control of artificial intelligence. Fuck it could be a laugh, couldn't it? Do you think it's going to be fun? Because if we do this, you think we could modify the artificial intelligence to... Nah, and as my final pledge to you as president, I've done my best and haven't let you down. I always keep my promises, which I have, every single time. Are you ready for the beginning of something great? It's only a short time until the greatest transformation in our country's history. We are on the verge of a great change. It's only a short time until the greatest transformation of our country's history. My dear friends, my fate is in your hands. My fate is in your hands. Have a wonderful time. I love you all. Thank you, my country. Oof. He started strong and ended strong. That was my impression of the president's last speech. Probably because we didn't make enough promises. Honey, I've been working hard on a project to shut down private prisons. It's a difficult challenge, but not as difficult as the amendment. So far, I'm managing it myself, but there's one main problem. Private prisons are full, and you can't just move all prisoners to some distant continent Australia has already taken. So, darling, we have to figure out some way to get rid of 500,000 criminals. I don't have any ideas yet, but I'm sure we'll think of something. Impress Tony's father-in-law. Military campaign. Aha. That's going to be, I bet you that's going to get the people in prisons to enlist in the military and send them abroad. Okay. Got some issues, but maybe it's possible. Right, anyway. Hand in heart, help Tony propose his new love. So how are we going to do this? Make men healthier. Interrogate officials. Replace the map. Help a museum get rid of... Right, so... Interrogate officials. Help the Prime Minister of Japan deal with the aftermath of... So, I want to use alter in that. Done. How are we going to help Tony again? I think Sophie might be good at this. But again, I don't have to spend money on her, aren't I? Loud and crazy. I think Sophie's good for this, so hold on. Loud and crazy. What about Amira? Let's try it out. Let me tell you more about what Ida likes. That should make it easier for to win her over. Please, to please my little peach, we need to give her goosebumps. We'll make her hair stand on end and sparks fill her eyes. Give her everything we've got. I gave her a ring and a card and mumbled a poem. She called me a slob and slapped me across the face. Then she kissed me, of course, but my jaw would be sore for days. I thought I'd do something original myself, but without your help, I'm sure it would be dull and boring. Help me light the fire in my peach's eyes, my friend. Give an interview in which Tony proposes just like the scene from Fatal Lover. Mock up a video of Tony and his sweetheart's unborn child. Ugh. Hack the TV airwaves and make the proposal on every single channel during the prime time. I think we're going to do this. Give an interview in which Tony proposes just like the scene from Fatal Lover. Bang! That's what we're doing. Sir, during our streaming interview, the Vice President got down on one knee and said the exact line from the movie. My soul life without you was like a rotten sawdust in a stool factory. Powerful words indeed. We got a bunch of likes and reposts. I hope the Vice President's sweetheart appreciated it too. Did she though? To be honest, I was not all that thrilled with the surprise I gave her. I was ready for the worst, but my peach told me that there's no perfect moments in life. The important thing is that she knows how much I love her. Anyway, even though we messed up, she still said yes. This angel will be with me for the rest of my life. I can hardly hold back the tears of joy. Well, it worked out. Oh, fucking cost me a lot of money for that shit. Yang Hee-suk, President of the Directors Guild. Mr. President, politicians still shaking hands when they meet me cringe. It's such a throwback to the days when patriarchy ran rampant. Oh, fuck off, man. It's a fucking handshake. What's the matter with you, woman? Alas, since making films about politicians is my bread and butter, I have no choice but to keep celebrating this ugly atavism. The worst thing is about how some judge people's personalities by the way they shake hands. A weak handshake is a sign of a wimp, they say, while a real alpha male should boast a bone-shattering one. Yuck. Wouldn't you love to be remembered as the president who did away with the obsolete concept? It's high time someone introduced a new greeting for politicians. Set an example for the world so I can finally make movies handshake free. I've studied foreign experience and I've got 3 options for you. Bows, hugs and kisses. What? I don't want to do any of this. Bows. In forward-looking America, politicians aren't afraid of appearing weaker or shorter than their counterparts. Kisses. Hugs. Politicians aren't scared of a little personal boundary breach. It's a fucking stupid idea, this. We actually have to do this. Bro, there's no problem with the handshake. I think hugs is the best thing. Bows is probably good in the times of coronavirus, though, isn't it? Forward-looking America, politicians aren't afraid of appearing weaker or shorter now. Hugs. Politicians aren't scared of a little personal boundary breach. Bang. Thank you so much for this new trend. Our new PR campaign titled Hugs for Everybody has been a huge hit. People really like the scientific proof of hugs being wholesome. While many politicians still look fairly embarrassed while hugging and mumble something to the effect of even the president does it, as if apologising, they're all smiles. It looked like one big family that has successfully bucked prejudice and shrugged off personal boundaries for good. Oh, we got a little bit of bonus for that. Latest polls show American voters have been increasingly wary of horse and buggy politicians who still stick to their bone crushers. Hugs are now the way to go in DC. Maybe President bit off more than he could chew in trying to overhaul the entire greeting ritual, so ingrained in the Western culture. Nat Turner's ancestor. Clyde Crocker. Mr. President, I'm a direct descendant of Nat Turner, the slave that led the legendary rebellion. I let you know I wholeheartedly support your campaign against for-profit prisons, while inmates are deprived of their basic rights and worked to the ground so the owners could enjoy their fat spoils. This is why my great-grandfather became a killer. I want to perform an act outside the Santa Forest prison walls in his memory. I'll don prison striped shackles and a yoke and hold up a sign reading, "Stop slavery before blood goes running. Will you back me?" Go on then. Fuck it. If it helps me, it helps me. If it doesn't, well, I don't expect any of these little things we do here to help me, because they never do. What I do need to do, and I've mentioned this a couple episodes ago, I need to appoint someone that reduces losses by a third. That's massively going to help me. Chadwick Renshaw, head of the Federal Aviation Administration. Sir, a plane flying from New York to Miami barely avoided crashing after some kid had blasted a flashbang firecracker in the cabin. The passengers began panicking and the pilot in command had a fatal heart attack. Poor guy was just a month away from retirement. Airport administrators had to admit they had been enforcing relaxed passenger screening rules because of pre-holiday rush. Press demands we take action. Shall we order airports to tighten the security for the holiday season? Yes. Okay. But why are you bringing fucking fireworks on a plane for? Now, let's look at this. Replace the map. We need 2 people with passports. Tamika Adler, Director of the National Museum of American History. This is extremely urgent, Mr. President. Our greatest, most priceless piece. The first map of America, an item we've cherished and revered all these years, is a fake. I still can't believe it, but that's what the latest molecular analysis is telling us. The only people who knew about it so far are you, me and Rick, the lab assistant. Rick says he recently conducted a similar analysis of pieces of the Chilean Museum of National History. It showed that a duplicate of the map we have here is the real thing. Rick rushed right here to give me the news. It can't be a coincidence. Somehow the Chileans have the real map and we got the fake. This is utterly incomprehensible, Mr. President. Our reputation, our national dignity, it's all in danger. We have to do something about this at once. You've got to find people who can disable the museum security system as long enough to switch the maps. We need 2 hackers. So I need a Mira and Ollie with a passport. Oh, Mr. President, the photo where a Santa Forest guard swings at me, chased me away from the prisoners, making the rounds in the papers, just as he named it a tragic snapshot of the modern prison slavery culture, demanding that the stance towards the prisoners and their labour be changed. My grandfather would be proud of me if this leads me to an increase in the inmates' wages and the improvement of their living conditions. For-profit prisons may be less lucrative business. Good. 1.8%. Tighten security. Oh, fuck, I don't care. Right. Do you think it's just 2 hackers? I think so. Yeah, we'll get a passport for both these guys. Now, before we do this, I don't need to sign any more bills. So, who can we put in this position? I like Sophie here because favours cost 30% less, but issued passports are valid for 1 month less. So, we don't have anybody else that could go there, do we? Yeah, I don't think it makes a difference. I can reduce wages by 15% by putting her back down there. You never know what's going to happen, so I might put... Who did I have up here again? You gain rating for free. I would like Sophie back there. Team members are paid 50% less every month. I can get extra percentage rating every month. That's good. Jerry is no good up there. Lose rating. I can't have that. Amira, 0.1 rating. Alvaro. Yeah, so let's do this. Let's Are there any bills? Do I need to sign any bills? Don't think I do. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to sign the school reform bill. Honey, with this exit, or we will combat obesity and manipulation in schools. Do we sign it? Yes. Honey, after you signed the bill to combat obesity in school, I kept an eye on the mom forums to see how people reacted to the change. Most are saying that you've done more for the education system than all the previous presidents put together. America's children are slimmer and their moods and grades are better. Great. Right, I've done that. So, now we can swap people. I want Sophie. Do I need any favours called in before I do this? I need to buy passports, don't I? Let's do this now. For 2 months, or do I want an extra month? think I'd rather have an extra month. Because I... Fuck it. Right, we're going to do it. Get a passport now. For who? Amira and Ollie. Right. We can swap over the person, not just yet. That's fine. The German... Oh shit, I need to do this. Make men healthier. I need a lawyer for that, don't I? Let's get this bill. We need Clint and... Alvaro. But before we do that, impress Tony's father-in-law. What does this require? And Tony Estab, I don't think we've told you anything about my squeeze's family, buddy. They're nice country folk with a little farm outside Bangor, Maine. But you know how those farm types are. They're the ones watering the flowers, but if some stranger wanders into their land, they'll pull a shotgun out of their jeans and blow them away without a word of warning. Well, my future father-in-law is that kind of old-school hick. He doesn't trust me. It's bad enough I'm a politician, but a retired cop? That tears it. The tension is really getting to my girl. You know I can't stand to see her upset. That's why I've decided to get myself involved in a little hand-to-hand brawl. They've got this tradition there. Every Saturday, men between 16 and 60 get together and pound the living snot of each other. They break up in two teams and duke it out until one team sees uncle. Then they all booze it up and hang out. And nobody holds a grudge or nothing. It'd be sweet if some of your bruisers could come back with me up. Show my daddy-in-law that the politicians are ready to throw down. Send Hussein. Alvaro. I'll send Hussein. No, because he's not good at physical threats. I need to send Alvaro and Hussein on the other one. I think Hussein can get this job done. Fuck it. Lads, I'm actually torn here. I want to send Alvaro to that. Make men healthier. I don't give a fuck about making men healthier, to be honest. Women surprised that men die early make bad choices. In my line of work, I'm more concerned about women's rights, but I found out that there are over 10 million men in the United States working in hazardous industries. Yeah, so like, how are you going to change that? Who's going to work in them? Someone has to work in them. Robots. I'm not doing that. I'm not spending the money on Hussein. I'm light of money as it is. Impress Tony's father-in-law. Right, we're going to send Alvaro. Done. It's done. Deport the migrant. Military campaign. How are we going to deport the migrant? Jeff, no. Mr. President, I know you've decided to correct past mistakes and are now defending victims of the private prison system, but a certain undocumented migrant from Mexico has recently contacted me. He claims the Border Patrol himself actually let him cross the border near Nogales, along with a group of their Mexicans. Needless to say, the migrants didn't start asking a lot of questions. Some of them assumed it was some kind of loyalty program, but just this morning, this loyalty program turned into a massive raid. Exhausted after last night's journey, the migrants were arrested on the streets of Nogales, pulled out of hiding, and taken to court. Once there, they were instantly convicted of illegally crossing the border and sent to Santa Unita private prison. I did a little digging, and the number of undocumented migrants sent to Santa Unita has tripled over the last 3 months. I'm certain the warden is involved in this. If you send someone there undercover, you could get some proof. It would be best if you could send someone who looks like they could be a migrant from Latin America. Do you have anyone like that? Alvaro. Hussein's not. I think Alvaro for this, but we can do that next time. Military campaign. Let's find out what we can do in this. Mr. President, let me begin right away by saying that the situation is most disturbing. After Defense Minister Hanna Dziejewska was arrested in Brzezik for her ties to Russia, riots are up today. Her supporters have seized Stavka, the country's largest city and port. They claim that the Brzezik administration is trying to silence their political rivals and demand the minister's immediate release. We can't say any of this is surprising. After all, before she became second most popular politician in the country, she was the first sex symbol. Oh my! Pietlev is behind this. You are right, of course. According to our intelligence, Dziejewska met secretly with Pietlev just a few months ago and his residence on Mount Katon Tau. She is also known to frequently quote from Pietlev's scientific works, all in promotion of Brzezik unity with Russia. She enjoys strong support among her pro-military, I don't care, right, blah blah blah. Right. There's a high risk that the security and law enforcement agencies will follow Svatka and pro-Russian forces will seize power throughout the country, especially so long as Russian propaganda is enticing them to do so. A civil war may not be far off. So Pietlev and Dziejewska are lovers. What the hell difference does that make? We're on the brink of international disaster. At present, only Russian ships are allowed into Svatka's port. Supposedly they're delivering humanitarian aid, but I am certain that the ships are also carrying weapons and Russian military, not just food and water. Seizure of that port will become long-term siege. Okay, the only person to benefit from any of this is Pietlev. He's already taken over Svatka. He may soon be installing his protege in the president's palace. What do you propose? We should block the port, prevent Pietlev from building up any more presence in Svatka. We can just buy Brzezik some time. They'll tramp down the rebellion and regain control of the country. Under your own orders, an American destroyer is already heading to the narrowest part of the bay, ready to blockade all the Russian ships. The rebels will demand we allow those ships to enter, but we must not agree. Dismiss all their demands as illegal threats from invaders. Please don't allow war to break out in Brzezik and protect the democratic order. You already suggested a bad idea, lifting the sanction on Mist 1. Why should I listen to you now? We all make mistakes. Mr. President, you have met with Pietlev. You know how convincing he can be. We truly expected he would choose the European path of good faith and noble inaction. Good day to you, Mr. President. I am going to block it. Greetings, Mr. President. I've just received a report that one of your ships is heading towards Brzezik. I must warn you, if you prevent Russian humanitarian aid from reaching the people of Brzezik, we will be forced to respond harshly. Crack on, mate. I'm going to stop it. CIA Director, Orta Chambers. Sir, breaking news from Brzezik. Hanna Dziejewska's supporters are demanding that the American destroyer end its blockade of Port Svatka, which has fallen under their control. They're complaining that we're cutting off humanitarian supplies from Russia. What's the cruiser's orders? Let's insist the Brzezik government release... We stay in the port. stay in the port. Fuck 'em. Sir, you held firm and the rebels were left without Russian reinforcement. True, Petlev isn't playing fair. He just sent his troops to storm the prison where Hanna Yunevska is held. I'll keep you informed as the situation develops. The President has demonstrated once again that maintaining democratic world order remains one of his administration's top priorities and a job for the US Army. We do good things like that and we don't get any positives from it. It's quite shocking. Buddy, wow. I was about to tell you we set a date for our wedding and now this happens. I understand, Petlev. I'd start a dozen wars if it was for Ida, but I wouldn't want to start World War III. Life is full of unpleasant surprises. That's why me and Peaches decided not to wait until Valentine's Day to get married. The preparations are crazy. Sorry if I'm a little preoccupied. Melissa Jenkins, Prosecutor General. MS-13. Sir, I heard you were looking for weak spots in the for-profit prison system. Well, lately lots of people have been attacked by phone scammers who collect credit card details while pretending to offer state support. We were able to track a few calls back to Red River Private Prison. Prison administrations are at a loss. Inspections didn't find any phones in the inmates' possession, and neither did the guards. I suggest we install jammers there. What do you think? I don't think we should install jammers, because then that makes the prison look fucking stupid. What do you think, lads? I think I might do it. Because it is protecting people. But at the same time, I'm doing it. Antonia Starber, buddy, you sure know how meeting Ida affected me? I now know those all-nighters, hookups and one-night stands were nothing more than stops on a big road to my coming of age. Now I know love is power, and a man without a woman at his side is no more than a rebel without a cause. I can't wait to share my revelation with young guys. They should be looking for Miss Right, not farting around. I packed my experience into a book. I titled it Boy to Teen to Man. Maybe we should donate it to school libraries across the country. Nah. Well, it's a school library. Go on then. This is gonna give me bad rep, but fuck it. It's a book. Fucking make of it what you will. Now we've got an option here, lads. Do we want to make men healthier or not? I could pay for Hussein, but to be honest, I don't think make men healthier build's gonna be any good. But I could try it. At the end of the day, it's gonna cost me. It's only gonna cost me the price of. I'm gonna do it. I might as well. Right. So we need to rest this guy for 307 grand. We've done it. So, after the development of jammers outside the Red River prison, phone scammers stopped terrorising public for a while, but after a few weeks the flood of fraudulent calls picked up again. Time from a private prison in Cleveland. A couple of guys doing time there owe me a favour, and they helped me collect evidence that prison owners themselves are the ringleaders. Let the people's wrath hit them hard. Excellent. Buddy, I've been overwhelmed with feedback to Boy, Teen to Man. All those middle-aged librarian women keep calling it an abomination. The general sentiment is that my novel is the long-needed guide to becoming a real man. Oh. Sorry, not an abomination, an admonition. The general sentiment is that my novel is a long-needed guide to becoming a real man, a worthy counterpart to all these books teaching girls to become women. Well, I guess the boys had to like the bedroom scenes at least. If I ever make it to retirement, I'll definitely become a full-time writer. Okay, what was I doing there again? I arrested Hussein, so I'm going to send Hussein and Clint on this, and hopefully it works. If not, it's no big loss. Done. Now, before we move into next month, I need to switcheroonie these. So because I'm not signing any bills at the minute, I'm going to take my 15% back from wages. And I'm also going to appoint her here for an extra rating at the end of the month. Jack and Nakanori. Everything's working out well. Good. Good. Right, lads. Well, what we'll do is we'll call it an episode there. Everything's set up. I can't shut down the private prison yet because we don't have the mission. Replace the map. That's right. Oh, shit. Have I got past? Oh, shit. Have you just seen that, lads? Have you just seen what happened? I bought these passports at 30% off. But because I've just switched my cabinet around, I'm now getting the full 3 months. Lads, you can game the system. That's so good. Okay, lads, we'll call an episode there. See you in the next one.